Welcome to Cornbread Outdoor Living. How y'all doing? Today, I'm gonna make y'all a treat. We're gonna make some possum grease. What I did is I caught a possum, got his fat off of him, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna render that fat down on that fire. You take that fat and that grease and that oil and you rub it on your leather boots and it keep them mighty near water repellent. You can use a coon or a possum, or you can go to the store and buy some mink oil. Shell out that money. Go ahead and do it. But I've been out here for a long time in that teepee, and I need some oil for these boots. So here's what we're going to do. I skinned that possum I caught on that rabbit liver in that little snare I set out back. And so we're going to render down that lard. We're going to make a little bit of grease, a little bit of oil for your boots. Here we go. What you're going to do, first thing you're going to do, you're going to pour a cup of that coffee. Boy, I want to tell you what. Ah, yeah. That's the stuff right there. That's the stuff. So here we go. First thing. Oh, that's good stuff. That'll wake you right up. Now, when you render this fat, you want to take your can and set it upside down on some hot coals, just like that. Because if you just set the can on there like this right here, if you just set that can on there, the hemoglobin diphilius won't contact and it won't work. It won't be good. The little components in the fat and the oil won't conglomerate right, and the hippopotamuses won't, congregate right. So here we go. We're gonna set that right there, and we're gonna let that cook for a little while. We're gonna take this Arkansas toothpick, pig suey, and we're gonna rake some coals up again that thing and help her to heat up a mite better. That sounds good. It's hot. I burnt myself last night in the middle of the night. I'll tell you what, I got up and it was raining, and I come out here to stoke my fire, and I stumbled out here to stoke my fire, and I grabbed a piece of wood that was burning pretty much, and it burnt me right good. Made me say all kinds of sassy words and stuff you don't want your kids or your grandkids or your mama or granny to hear. But anyhow, just the same, it burnt the shit out of me, I'm telling you. Now, we're going to stir this a little bit, make sure the hemoglobin organisms get down in there, melted real good, and whatnot. Been making this forever. Me and Papa used to make it some coon grease or some possum grease in the wintertime. We all time trapped. We growed up trapping, and we was good at it. We made good money. We made a good living trapping that fur. But then the prices went down, and a coon will bring you 15 cents today. And if you don't trap them for the meat, you can. But I'm not going to. Beavers ain't bringing much, but the meat's good, and the casters is good for setting coat and everything. Look at that old grease go. But I'm gonna tell you what, that's some flammable stuff. Flammable stuff. See that old possum fat cooking in there? Look at there. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what. Let that cook just for a minute. And yeah, you can put this stuff on your boots. You can put it on your boots, and it'll keep them pretty much water resistant. But that's all you gotta do right there is just melt that old fat down into an oil, and you melt that old fat down into an oil, and you just melt that into an oil and let it get hard, and then you put it in a little jar and tote it around, putting on all your leather boots. Now, back in the day, we wore this stuff on all of our boots, and Boy, I tell you what, you put that stuff on your boots, and when I hunt deer, I'm a still hunter. I do not get in a tree or a box and play with my phone and hope something walks by my feeder. I sneak and I keep the wind in my face and I stay downwind and I hunt. That's why they call it hunting, not looking or shooting. It's called hunting. And so you put that on your boots and go hunting and sneaking and slipping through the woods like I do, you better stay downwind because they will smell that stuff forever. But it's really good stuff. It's really good stuff and it works. We used it as kids and it's just really good stuff. And I'm having a hard time with it getting it right. So I'm gonna take this glove, have my pot holder. I don't know how many pot holders I've burned this year. I don't know how many times I've caught myself on fire this year, but I'm tired of burning myself. But anyhow, I like it out here. I've been out here since last April, living in that teepee, and that's my old teepee, and I keep it set up good and keep a canopy stretched over it because it's about to rain. But there she is. That's my meat getter right there. That's my meat getter. And old possum's cooking. We're gonna give it a minute. Walk over here and look at the river. I'm 25 miles down a dead end rut by myself, and there's somebody coming down the dadgum road, boy. People. See, there's the old river. That son of a gun full of flatheads, and them woods is full of deer, and they're full of hogs. But here I am. I love it. So come go camping with us. Come go camping with me. I've been down here by myself for a long time and making these little videos. Old possum grease is just a cooking. Looky there, looky there. Yeah, it sure is a cookie. And all you gotta do is drain that out. And if you're gonna eat the meat, you can eat the meat. You drain that out and let it set up and get cooled off and rub that stuff on your boots. And I guarantee you, you won't get cold and you won't get wet. That's Cornbread Outdoor Living in South Arkansas.